Hi, Jessica here, and we are going to be doing a workout with the foam roller today. I've had quite a few requests for some foam roller work. So let's get started. I'm going to have my foam roller lengthwise on my mat, and then you're going to sit on the roller. So the easiest thing to do is just to come to one end here, and then roll yourself back. You want to make sure your head and your tail are both comfortably on the roller. Just about everybody should fit. I've never had anyone not fit here. All right, so make sure that you're comfortable, your feet are flat, and you're gonna inhale, arms up and back, and then exhale, bring them around for a circle. So we're basically doing a big snow angel motion with your arms. And this is just gonna warm us up, get you used to the roller a little bit, and it's a great way to open your chest. It's just one of the most magnificent stretches out there. Make sure that your ribs aren't popping up when your arms go back. So you just do as big a motion as you can. Let's reverse directions. So swing them around, then up and back down to your sides. So you want to feel like your head and your mid-spine and your low spine are all in contact with the roller. By low spine, I mean down by your sacrum. So you'll have some space at your neck, obviously, and then you're gonna have a little space in your low back. Those are your normal curves. And then arms come up. Okay, we're gonna bring them down to your sides. Inhale, here's where the work comes. Exhale, tuck your chin, roll yourself up to a crunch. Your hands can stay down if you need to, or lift them and hover, and then lower back down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. And exhale. If you can bring hands behind your head for a little more challenge. So there are a lot of things you can do on this wonderful foam roller. There's obviously foam rolling, where you use it to really work out the knots in your muscles. That's not the workout we're going to do today. I do have another video for that, and I highly recommend using the roller in that way. But this is just going to give you some other great exercises you can do using your roller. All right, one more. Nice, and back down. Now for the fun part, we're gonna roll all the way up. You ready? So bring your feet a little farther away from you. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, tuck your chin with control. Maybe your feet come out farther. Roll all the way up. Inhale, exhale, let's come back down. So you'll kind of figure out where your feet need to go. And if this is too much for you, that's okay. You just stick with the crunches or just do what you can. We're just gonna do a couple of them. It's a really good way to challenge your body. So I prefer this black, more dense roller, but it definitely is gonna be a little bit harder, a little bit more dense. So the white roller is going to be squishier if you ever find you need it. Good, on this one, over, and let's restack. Nice job. All right, so you're going to come down off the roller. And then what we're going to do is bring it out in front here. And we're going to come down onto our bellies. The other thing you can do if you find this is just too dense for you, but that's what you have at home, is just roll up a towel and just actually roll it, like roll the roller in the towel is what I'm trying to say, or just lay the towel on top for some padding. All right, so let's go into Swan. You're gonna have your legs hip distance apart, your arms in front of you, about shoulder distance apart. Inhale, I have the roller at my elbows, and then lift yourself up into your Swan stretch and reach back out. So it's an inhale to lift, help you get some extension. Exhale, reach. There's a lot of arm involvement on this one, which is what I love. So really press down into the roller. I have my thumbs up. That's gonna help activate my lats because I'm in a little bit of external rotation. So press down with those forearms, press down, shoulder blades down, and lift up at the same time. And then let's do just one more. Nice job. And lower back down. Very good. You can leave the roller where it is. Press yourself up into one more stretch so that you can pull the abs in and control yourself back for a child's pose. And then let's come back up. All right, so we're gonna stay on all fours now, but you're gonna bring the roller to your shins. Now my clients and my students always cursed me when we did this exercise because it hurt their shins, but it's a really great core exercise. So again here, if you need padding, go for it. Doesn't seem to bother my shins so much. Maybe I have natural padding there, I don't know. So you're gonna be on all fours with the roller just about in the middle of your shins, and then what we're gonna do is pull it in and reach it out. So I'm not quite going to a full plank. Eventually, I probably will get there. So don't feel like you need to, but that's the idea of this, that you tuck those legs in, keep your back in neutral, and then reach out long. So if you are used to doing work on the reformer, this is very similar to knee stretch, round back. So I love how reformer exercises translate to the mat, and the roller is a really nice way to get some of that. Okay, let's do one more. Nice, hold it here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And knees down. Hopefully you felt your abs there. We're gonna bring the roller forward. Okay, so this is going to be very similar, but what we're doing is switching where the motion comes from. The motion on the last one came from the legs. The motion now is gonna come from the arms. So you're gonna come onto your elbows, bring your knees back, still hip distance apart. And what you're gonna do is roll the roller forward and then pull it back in underneath you. So we're just really using the arms here. And you'll see when I press out, I'm letting my back get a little bit into extension, right? So I'm starting to open up my shoulders and my back as I reach forward each time for a really nice lat stretch, a really nice thoracic extension stretch. So you can really think of the roller as just playing. I just play with it and put it in different positions and move it around. And it just adds this amazing dynamic, which makes everything harder, but also makes it really fun. All right, pull in. We're gonna stay on your forearms here. Reach one foot back and then the other. There's your forearm plank. So find your hips in line, head to tail to heels. Again, you should be shaking a little bit here on the roller. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down. You don't get much of a break. If you need to stay with that one, go ahead. If you're ready for the full challenge, you're gonna bring hands onto the roller. Be really controlled and safe here. And hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Come down. We have one more. We're gonna do push-ups. Now let me show you a trick real quick. If you want to practice up on your arms, but that's too wobbly for you, you're going to put the roller right at the base of a wall and use it there. So now you have support. It's not going to go anywhere, but you can still work up on your long arms. So that's a really nice option. Unfortunately, you can't see me with the camera if I do that, so I'm forced to do this option here. So let's bring hands about shoulder distance or a little wider. Feet step back, so you can either, again, just hold it here, or let's do push-ups. Inhale, exhale. Nice job. 3 more, you're doing great. And 2. 1. Nice job. Knees down, child's pose, and then hands just reach, reach, reach with that roller long. And roll yourself up. Nice, and let's bring legs in front. So we're gonna bring the roller down again across the base of your mat here. Roll onto your back. Actually, let's do this. Can I change my mind? I do that a lot. Keep the roller where it is, but I might as well give you some ab work as we're rolling down. So when you're ready, inhale, exhale, curl your tailbone, roll yourself down. Inhale, arms back. Exhale, arms back up. That just was calling for a fun transition. I couldn't help myself. lift. And what's nice is this recreates what we just did on the roller at the beginning of class, the beginning of our session. So you should feel nice and flat actually in your spine when you roll down. That's what the roller really does, is it helps work out so many kinks that you'll find you get a little more feeling of kind of flatness and heaviness in the spine when you're laying on the ground. Okay, let's bring feet now onto the roller. This is where we were going before I got sidetracked. So you're gonna have your feet flat on the roller here. Inhale, exhale, curl your tailbone, and let's roll up into a bridge. So here too, if it's just a little too wobbly for you, you can place it up against the base of the wall like I showed you, and then that'll give you a little more support. Inhale at the bottom, exhale, curl your tailbone, roll yourself up. Inhale at the top, exhale, roll down. Good. On this one, stay here. Arms come up, back behind you, and roll down. Okay, now inhale, arms to your sides. Exhale, roll up. Inhale, arms up and back. Exhale, roll down. One more. Roll yourself up. Now stay here, little with the legs, little pulses. So out, in. So you're just rolling the roller under your feet. Hamstrings, glutes, hamstrings. So much. 3, 2, 1. Roll down. Nice job. All right, you can just roll the roller away. Cross the right ankle over the left knee. Pull the legs in. Find your figure 4 stretch. Make sure you get the tailbone flat again once you find that stretch. And let's switch legs. Stay there in that stretch as long as you need to. Good. Hug both knees in. Straighten your legs out and just roll that roller away if you need. Inhale. Exhale. All the way up, up, up over the legs. Stretch forward. Find your forward fold. And restack. Great job. I hope that gives you some ideas for your foam roller, and I will see you next time.